What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Headspace podcast. This is episode 136, and we are going to be reviewing the new project from Murs, Soul Council, and Ninth Wonder. It is called The Iliad is Dead and the Odyssey is Over. Again, this is Headspace Podcast, episode 136, reviewing Murs, Ninth Wonder, and Soul Council's project, The Iliad is Dead and the Odyssey is Over. Welcome back, guys. I'm still holding down the fort. It's Chris Chrome here, doing this by myself again. Gonna be a fun trip. This was a really great album. I'm excited to talk about it. To put a little bit of context in what we do here, this is the Headspace podcast where we review new hip-hop albums that come out every week. We try to stay up to date with what's going on, and we like to go track by track through all the albums on the album and just give our feelings, our opinions, and what we kind of think the song is supposed to say, the message, and what we really enjoyed about it and how we feel. So we really try to just go on this adventure, really learning about the artist and really wanting to understand where they come from and what they're trying to, in a sense, what their movement is, right? I do want to say I'm not a professional. I don't know the artist that we are discussing about to 100%. A lot of you coming to click this video today are most probably 100% have been following Murs for the longest of time. I do know, he used to kind of work with Strange Music at one point with Tech N9ne. We did review his last album, A Journey to the Unimaginable, if I'm not mistaken. So I know who Murs is. I have listened to him a little bit and kind of gotten a feel of where he comes from, but I've never really been one to dive into his projects and really get into that. So just giving you guys that context. So if I say anything stupid or anything that really just is out of context, please hit me up in the comments below. Let me know, educate me, and help me learn more about who Murs is and what you know about him and what he's maybe done for you guys in terms of just the music and the connection and the feeling. With that, I do want to take a second to appreciate our patrons. Thank you, Lindo Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Chris Prado, Ismail Gadamsi, Jonathan Barnes, and Coney Sparks. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. They're signed up to our Patreons. They give us money every month and help us continue moving forward with what we do here. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on at the end of the video. With that, It's been a while. It's been a pretty hectic review because there is a lot of jam-packed lyrics in here and there's a lot of explaining, and I feel like Murs really took the time to try to give us a project that is well-rounded and well-grasped. So I'm really, really excited to speak about it. Again, this is episode 136, and we are reviewing The Iliad is Dead and the Odyssey is Over by Murs, Ninth Wonder, and Soul Council. Now, from what I also do understand, before I jump right into it here, what I do understand is Ninth Wonder is a producer. From what I'm understanding from other projects and other things that I've seen, and I've never really heard of Soul Council. Maybe I have, I'm maybe not remembering at the moment, but I was really excited. I know that Ninth Wonder makes a lot of great type of instrumentals and really kind of dives in when he goes into the beat making, so I was expecting some nice sounds, some really nice energy, and of course, after reviewing Murs' last album, I do know that he's got bars, he's got things to say, and he's really kind of lyrical miracle in a sense. He's really trying to express more than just the generic type of rap sounding music. But with that, I feel like I'm just kind of being a little bit redundant right now. Let's just start the review. So first track is The Hulk.
I don't mix my Henny with Coke. I call it the incredible.
So before I started with the first track, I forgot to mention in regards to the favorite comment from last week's episode. I know I'm a little bit unorganized today. I greatly apologize, guys, but I do want you guys to know that we do look at the comments and make sure that we try to grow together and really understand. So the one that I did like was good old Lindo Williams. Thank you so much for commenting. Last week I reviewed Lil Durk's new album, Love Songs for the Streets 2. I really enjoyed the album. I do want to say I really, really did enjoy it. I thought it had really great energy, and Lil Durk really impressed me with the singing and how he kind of just uses the auto-tune to mesh with his his style, so it was really cool. But Lindell said that, for me, your score is right on the money because the concepts are there, but the sound of the album can kind of make you lose interest, and I thought it was a little too long for the production quality. I agree. I think that the length of the album is great when there's different variations in terms of sound. I feel like message, music, sonically. But I do like what Little Durk did in regards to keeping it consistent, and he really kind of made like a playlist for the streets. I feel like that was more the narrative that he was trying to do. For me, as Lindell continues, for me it's a 4.29, but I think I hear potential in some of his songs, and I wish the best for him, and great review. Maybe I'll see you on some of the classic reviews as time goes on, and I also wish the best for you. Well, thank you, Lindell Williams. I greatly appreciate it. I wish the best for you as well. You know what? I have been thinking that maybe I should kind of pop in here and now and then for some of the classic reviews. It's just right now things are really, really busy in terms of my own like social and personal life, in terms of working and just trying to get myself back on track with a lot of things. So maybe if there is an album that comes out that I guess I particularly maybe know the artist or like the artist or whatnot, I'll maybe hop on. But for right now, Lindell, I can't particularly guarantee. So please don't hate me. I do wish you the best. Thank you so much again for the comment, and let's get on moving to the song. So now, for the first song on this review, just to remind y'all guys, it's episode 136 of the Headspace review, and I'm reviewing the Iliad is Dead and the Odyssey is Over from Murs, Ninth Wonder, and Soul Council. The first song is The Hulk, and I'm going to jump right into it. So, as an opening track on this album, it was pretty good. It had the energy that I guess I was expecting to start off with. Murs was coming in and kind of just like giving us giving us the reasons why he's like a great rapper, and explaining, how like he's kind of dedicated to just doing the music and really just proving that he can really, really do it. So that was super cool. I like when like the first track really kind of defines the artist, really gives you that sense. And we always talk about, well, me and Holden always talk about like bringing you, maybe more it's just me. I don't want to quote anything. I don't want to say that I quote anything he says. But we've had discussions of like bringing you out of that element, like where the album takes you from where you are and brings you to a new headspace, we'll say, right? And this didn't particularly do that, but it did give me that sense of like, oh, this is gonna be some like real shit. Like he's really out here trying to show us that like he's kind of like almost like a one of a kind. From what I understand, Ninth Wonder did the beat, which I really like the boom bappy feel. I really like that old school type of feel that he had on the instrumental. It was really, really cool. And Murs flows really nicely on it. He's got this slower pace, and he just kind of like takes his time in this like nonchalant type way, but there is this sort of like aggressiveness to it. It's not like stupidly high energy like we're coming at you, but like he's got that assertiveness, I would say, that directness that he can say what he has to say, and you're like, oh shit, like I feel you. So let's just start with verse 1 right off the bat. Murs comes in going, the beat changed me into a beast. I started knocking out teeth so the other rappers can't eat. I'm from the streets, not the sidewalk. They listen when I talk. Another rapper dead and they saying that it's my fault. Like just the way he's coming in and he's giving himself to that beat, and he's acknowledging that the beat that he may be listening to is changing him was really, really cool. I like how he's getting that aggressiveness, that he's not saying he's like killing rappers, right? Because he says that, and he follows up and explains why later, but he's saying that he's knocking out their teeth. So it kind of feels like he's bringing this like old school, just fist fighting, like, nobody has to die type thing, but it's a competition. And if I knock your teeth out, I essentially won the battle, or maybe you're not getting back up, or what it is. So that was really cool, like that type of mentality that I was kind of getting that there. Follows up with, so other rappers can't eat. I get that. You can't make the money if he's outshining you. It's kind of simplistic. I'm from the streets, not the sidewalk. Now I like how he's using that as a reference to be like really in the streets. So when you're walking on the sidewalk, right, you're essentially being safe in a way, and because anything could happen, but you're not in danger because you're not on the road, you're not in the middle of the street. So he's using it as he's always been in the streets so much that he doesn't even walk on the sidewalk because he's from like the grit of it. So that was super cool. They listen when I talk. Other rappers, another rapper dead, they saying that it's my fault. Now I like how he's acknowledging that people are listening to him and that he's kind of like emphasizing it, that like, when I say shit, it's real and you have to listen, like you need to be part of this. So that was super just like, whoa, okay, I'm hearing you, Murs, I got you. But the part where he goes, another rapper dead, they saying that it's my fault. It's like, I think that's just playing more of the emphasis of like, I'm a dope rapper. And I'm so dope that people are blaming me every time a rapper dies or a rapper falls off in the rap game because like, I'm out here shining. So that was a cool thing to say. I like how he solidifies it more, and he goes, 2 decades deep, you people should have stayed asleep since the late 90s. I've been spitting with the same heat. He's been rapping for that long. He's kind of just giving us that reinforcement, really knowing like he's been in the game. So that's super dope. The same clip and the same 45. If you people get out of line, then you must be ready to die. Which was interesting because it's like, I never really thought Murs to be some type of like legitimate killer like that. Now again, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know Murs a lot. Like I haven't really looked at a lot of his discography, but I never really thought he was this type of like, really from like coming at you type streets. Now, I also think maybe he's just explaining where he's from and his type of mentality and like his atmosphere. So that was also really cool too. And he's got that jungle energy. That jungle energy. We'll just leave it at that, which was dope. I do like how he's defining himself. That is something that was really a good way to start the album. And then verse 2 kind of follows through with more of just like really kind of quirky bars, I find. Well, not quirky, but just like really some type of cool bars. And again, more of like where he's from. So in verse 2 he goes, Bruce Banner gamma ray shit when I spray, bitch, don't know what to say, that's every day, I'm from LA, trick, and don't play stupid cause we showed you where the dots go, and ain't another city that's fucking with our tacos, pride over simple shit, we ride over little shit, catch any enemy slipping, we rolling down the window quick. Now it's a lot of like just kind of the similar stuff he was saying in the first verse, but it's super dope. I like the Bruce Banner gamma ray shit when I spray, bitch, don't know what to say, that's every day. I like that line. He's making a Marvel reference. It was caught on. It rhymes with, it fits with the title of the song, The Hulk. It was cool. On point. I'm from LA, trick, don't play stupid cause we show you where them dots go, and ain't another city that's fucking with our tacos. So I like how, he's saying he's from LA, he's holding it down for the city. He showed you where them dots go, them red dots. That was interesting. He's really kind of maintaining that, again, that jungle, concrete jungle mentality. And ain't another city fucking with our tacos. I don't know if that's like legitimately just the tacos in LA are dope, or is it like a reference to something else? Pride over simple shit, we ride over little shit. Now I like that type of like, it's weird to think in a way. I like it because it's true. Like you keep pride in simple shit when shit's going easy and everything like that, and you're just kind of getting to the goal. You have pride in that, and then ride over little shit. It's like I kind of feel like he's explaining even the petty bullshit is something we can't deal with, and we have to take care of when it happens. So that was super cool. Catch an enemy slipping, we rolling down the window quick, drive by, self-explanatory. But it was dope. It really maintained that like gangster-esque feel to it, and it was really impressive. Giving us a little I like how he's still expressing where he's from. For the city with women as pretty as Disney princesses, people is just infamous, serving suckers with sentences, y'all just my apprentices, that's how I know I'm meant for this. Just the wordplay, the syllable play was really nice there, the way he rhymed sentences with princesses, sentences, infamous, and apprentices. That was really cool. Ends it and wraps it up with the this at the end. It was dope. The only thing that didn't really hit me was the chorus. I don't mix my Henny with Coke. I call it the Incredible Hulk. I mean, I don't know if he's just saying that he smokes weed. Like, I understand if the Incredible Hulk is green, weed is green. Okay, I get that. But I don't know, like, what the relevancy is of not mixing the Henny with Coke. Like, are you literally saying Coca-Cola, or is it like cocaine? Like, you don't do that, which I respect. I get, like, full respect to you. But I'm not quite sure I understand the chorus, and it felt a little plain. Like, it didn't have as much energy as, like, the verse felt. Now, one thing I will say is Murs kind of has this, like, disconnected type of rapping. Like, he really just feels in, like, this really kind of mellow, gloomy place a lot of the time when he raps. But I think it's just his sound. It's not really, I don't think it's like how he really just talks on a normal basis. He just, because I've heard him on the Hip Hop DX, and he really got, like, volume to his voice. But when he raps, he's really in this, like, mindset that really brings him to that vocal tone. But the chorus didn't really give me that, like, heat that I was looking for. So the first track landed at a 4 on 5, still ranking high, still a good way to start the album. And, it had this feel of back in Cancun 08.
These niggas won't trip with us. I said we just don't give a fuck.
So this song had a completely different vibe to it. It had more of this upbeat feel, had more energy, and it just felt more, I guess, a little bit alive in a sense. Now, as a first listen, I kind of felt like this was more of just like a posse cut, not like out of nowhere. I just felt like it was kind of just taken back to the old, like, just again that old day feel, and just kind of chilling with the homies, and really just kind of speaking out on what's kind of happening in their lives right now. Now, clearly, I feel like this is something that was happening in 08. It's like, since the title, so the song's called Cancun 08, so this is probably like a reminiscent of where they're from, or what they, maybe they were discussing back on a vacation or something like that. But it really does get into it. So in verse 1, Murs is kind of starting off, I guess, like, appreciating this woman. She said she was a bottle god, plus she looked like a model god. Champagne room told him to put it on my card. I was off a couple of them bottles. I was going hard. She moving like we on the dance floor. The DJ was playing that Can't Blow. This is it. This is it. This is it. What? Throwing Luciano on the big bud, and I'm here with my shit tucked. Only person with a baby 9 in a strip club. So it kind of feels like he's still staying consistent with what he's been giving us about, like, where he's from, and the atmosphere, and the type of street mentality. But it was nice. Like, he's bringing it to, I feel like he's making this atmosphere of like a club scene. Of course, he does say strip club, but just building it up, you feel that he's displaying this club scene before he even brings it out. And that type of imagery was really nice. I really did enjoy that, the way he's really painting that picture. But, like, I don't quite know, like, what was the point of it. Like, it kind of follows through with just more of, like, the strip club vibe. People are drinking, having a good time. He does kind of mention, like, somebody was, like, talking shit at one point, and he kind of, like, brushes it off. And then he kind of follows through about, like, how the women are acting. And he kind of turns around and he goes, you do what you want when the price right. Money make these women feel safe, like a nightlight, exactly how it should be. And I think he's expressing that, I guess, the women that are at this club or at this venue are in it for money. They're going for the goals, and they're really trying to reach out. They're really trying to reach out to get that accomplished, like get the bag in a sense. So that's really what I got from Murs' verse. Whoa, I'm all over the place. That's really what I got from Murs' verse. But, like, it didn't really have, for me, it didn't have much, like, meat to it. It just felt like he was giving us more of that consistent, like, this is where we're at. Verse 2, There was no choruses. It was just verse after verse after verse. So that's why I call it that's why I'm thinking it was more like a posse cut, because it kind of just felt like everybody was just kind of jumping in and just doing what they had to do. Verse 2, we got Pookie Blow. I like his flow. I like his voice. He's got this like raspiness to it, which was really ear catching. And he's got more of this like hype up, I'm hype beast mode, and he's really just like kind of feeling himself. Look, seeing a 9.5 homie hit the hoods with they chain tucked. We gonna bring it back. Donkey punches to these bitches back. Fuck that. I'm off that. Might toot the whole thing now. Pretty bitches got pistols in the tote bag. 4-4 mag. I'll make a fuckboy fall. Backsliding with the homies. Tall cat in a paper bag. Like, that was so choppy, and I apologize. But the way that when you listen to that, and he's really, like, you know, when he says, now pretty bitches got pistols on they tote bags, you're really kind of, well, for me, I was like envisioning, you know, these bad bitches, like these women out here with ready to go, ready to blast you at any time if you cross the line. And it was just, it was a nice picture. Like, what I'm seeing so far is that the artists that we're getting right now on this song, they really know how to paint that picture for you, and really know how to, like, just show you where they're from without even having to really show you. So that was really cool. Again, more of that gangster feel, like not really trying to fuck around. Talk a lot of shit, so I roam with one. Daddy better chill before his mama loses a son. I know a gang of homies, but I don't fuck with none, cause I'm a dog ass bitch. I'm burying bones. They've been searching 6 months, still ain't found your bones. Like, gruesome, savage shit. He's really like, if he has to make a move, he has to go on a mission. It's like he's really down to the end, solid, where he's hiding the body and he's making sure that nobody's gonna catch him, which is cool. And I guess it's giving me this other side of Murs in a sense. Not saying that Pookie Blow's verse is connecting to Murs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this is like something that I've never really thought that Murs was a part of. So it's interesting to kind of see his homies be on his track and really give him like that other side. You know, maybe the people that he rolls with, the people that he associates with. Hold on. So it was an interesting, a very interesting experience in a way to get that other side. So that was cool. And then we go on to verse 3, which was I didn't write down his name. I forgot his name. Oh no, it's Silk Money. That's what it is. Silk Money. And he is so dope. He was so dope. I really enjoyed his verse. I feel like it was more educational than the other two verses. I'm not saying that they weren't giving us any wisdom or any bars. I'm saying that just listen to this. What gives diamond more value than what gives a diamond more value than crack when both rocks? The difference between guns and butter when both stocks. How you put an end to the block when none of these roads stop, or how it feel to be on your last paid call when the phone drop. Like, you're already kind of going into this like deep, real kind of like serious topics, like really stuff that you really got to think about. And I felt like Murs' verse was more about like the strip club atmosphere and kind of dealing with that. The second verse from Pookie Blow was kind of more like street atmosphere. And this is just really kind of, for Silk Money, I feel like this is really just knowledge and really just showing you like these are things you got to think of. You got to really kind of understand the type of life that we come from. So that was dope. I like how he's making that reference between the diamond and the crack rocks. That was something I never thought of. Like, how are we valuing something different when they're just both actual rocks? Like, just when you simplify it, right? When you really simplify the idea, they're just both rocks. And that's something that, you know, maybe people aren't thinking of or people aren't discussing. And when you really kind of hear these bars, you're thinking on the other perspective. And that was awesome. I like how Silk Money went. Something fishy about these homies. They must be pescatarian. They pound when I spit, so I named it librarian. What type of bag would you like to be carried in? You fucking with teak or the mahogany for your casket? We burying. dude, that was dope. Like, he's kind of showing like he's so much of a boss that he can get like high quality wood, unless maybe I don't know my wood and that's really low quality, but I feel like it's pretty decent, like really good wood. And I like how he's kind of enforcing like this is something that could happen if you fuck around, and it's really boss like really really boss like. I feel like Silk Money really took the cake on this track. I really really did enjoy his verse overall on this song. Lines between love and hate are apparently very thin, but we cross over back and forth because that's the game that we play in. It's just some real shit. Like, that's just really some real shit. One day you love somebody, they fuck up, you could hate them the next. Like, people come and go, feelings change, phases come and go. So it's just a lot of like really real shit. But to think that that's the game we're playing, like in a way that people are kind of just chasing this love-hate relationship, this love-hate type of lifestyle, I feel that's what he's trying to express. It was just something to really think about. For you, I paint the bigger picture, but your vision tainted. But how we make our own paper, like we crocheting. I'm not a gangster, just an intelligent street scholar. Far from mundane with my slang, but still speak proper, preach knowledge. Boom. I don't even have to explain. It explains itself. And really just kind of like drop the mic moment for me right there. Just he's trying to show, the younger generation, the kids, or maybe just anybody who's willing to listen, just this is kind of like what we see. Like, we from, maybe the hood, the area, the atmosphere, the place that they're from, it's like this is what we live. This is what we see, and kind of feels like he's kind of questioning, like, even while dropping the knowledge, kind of questioning, like, y'all judge us, y'all look at us a different way, but this is the knowledge that we dropping, and look how we're succeeding. Super dope. Really enjoyed it. The beat was a little bit, it was good. The beats are very good, but I feel like they're just not my type all the time. I do enjoy the old school feel. I do enjoy the boom bappy feels, but I need more for like really hype tracks. And this really sounded like a hype track, which is why I'm a little bit perplexed, because it really does, like, the way that they're flowing, the way that they're spitting, the way they're bringing the energy, it really just like boom, like really just gives you that excitement, but the beat kind of tones it down a little bit. So I left it with a 4.3. I know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm nobody's hero. I'm only my hero.
She put it all out there, except for how she felt. Her depression was hidden.
So this song was a really interesting song, and I listened to it a couple times because I really wanted to understand and really grasp what Murs was trying to do here. So the overall premise of this song itself, from what I understand, is Murs is explaining a situation about, I think, a woman he knows, or just kind of women in general who come from a particular background, particular upbringing, who may not have all the lavish or luxury stuff, come from traumatic situations, and kind of expressing just how they deal with their life and how people kind of look at them. And it really is something to really think about, and it really gave me like a moment to just kind of sit back and really just kind of think about how men look at women, and maybe even sometimes like how men treat women, and maybe checked myself a little bit. It was a really really good song. I did appreciate this. So starting off, it's one long story, so it's just one verse, but it really like hits home a little bit, I find. Not home, that's not, it hits the heart, my bad. It hits the heart. So Murs starts off the story with kind of giving us the context of, or I guess the setup of like where this person's mind is, right? So he goes, absent father, crackhead mother, traditional recipe for a childhood trauma. Right into this world so racist, so sexist, but no room for respite when you just want breakfast. Sold into foster care, Third Ward, Texas. For the sake of this rhyme, let's just name her her Alexis. So already you're getting that, like, you know, there was an absent father, crackhead mother, racism, sexism, like just kind of growing up and in a kind of disgusting world, and this is what the story is going to be about. He follows up. I like how he uses the name Alexis. I actually like that name, Alexis. It's a really nice name. But I like how he gives it like gives this person a false name just to rhyme with it, but kind of make a character. I like how he uses Alexis to make a character so that you can kind of follow along and really like connect with the song and really kind of like feel bad in a way, like really just feel that pain and that emotion. So he follows up with, but the story has many names, faced on many frames. Everything was bad, but got worse with her when her titties came. Shitty way to say it, but that's how they saw it. The predators and pedophiles that watch from the closet. They pose as her best friend, her boyfriend, her brother, her doctor, her lawyer, her pastor, her lover. So now you're getting into, you know, puberty, and this woman's growing up, and, you know, people are looking at her differently, treating her differently, acting creepy and pedophilia-ish to her, and you're really starting to, well, at least for me, I'm really starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable with the way that, like, you know, I'm going to say men kind of treat women in a sense. Like that's kind of, I feel like what he's trying to portray here. Like, this is what we do and this is how they feel in a sense. And it's really, really touching. And I like how he's being real. Like, it's the boyfriend, the brothers, the doctors, the lawyers, the pastors, the lovers. Like, it's not just one man. It's like all men. It's just, and I don't want to make this about men, but that's how the story goes. And I like how he's expressing she doesn't trust anybody. She's losing faith. She's feeling down. She's like insecure, and you're really starting to kind of get that grip, that grasp, and understand, like, wow, this is really fucked up. For survival, she sacrificed. Well, he follows up after kind of like painting more of the picture. For survival, she sacrificed her mental health, revealing clothes on her body on a shelf. She put it all out there except for how she felt. Her depression was hitting, expressions forbidden, because men take advantage of vulnerable women. So already you're getting more into, like, he's expressing how, you know, this is shit that happens, and I guess he's expressing, like, maybe men are insecure, so that's why they do it. You know, trying to paint that picture of, like, look at how broken she is, look at how destroyed she is, and you're not even willing to, like, help her or do anything. You're just trying to take advantage and do what you want with her. And she wasn't stupid. She used what she had to get what she needed and secure that bag. As that bag got bigger, she made mad homies trying to punk her and rob her. They plotting to get her. So it's like, I feel like once she kind of gave up on believing, I guess, in love and in hope and all this stuff, she really just started using what she had. And I mean, you know, selling, from what I'm understanding, it's selling pussy right now. But I mean, it makes money. It's a profession. You know, you do what you got to do to get that bag and secure it. But of course, the more money you make and the more type of shady people you chill with, you know, there might not be some real, you know, kosher people around you that are really on your side, and the fact that people are trying to rob her and plot against her, that's also playing into her insecurities and destroying her down and her trust issues, and really not actually getting her out of the situation of, you know, whatever she was accustomed to, or the life that maybe she was brought up in. I feel like she's trying to get out. Like, that's what everybody, when, you know, they try to go and make money and they try to get better and all this stuff, but there's ways, I guess, is what he's trying to, like, express, you know? Sell sex in the U.S. and no one protects you, so pimps and the pushers is who you connect to. Women, they judge you, they hate you, reject you, the oldest profession, yet no one respects you. Just discussed about that, but it was really dope how he said that. Say you deserve to be held captive, trapped in the basement with a sadistic bastard. So it's like, because people are ignorant to the situation. People are unaware of what's actually happening. They're judging this woman for what she does. And then when shit gets out of hand, they're finding excuses to not feel bad for her without fully understanding the entire story behind it. They'll look at you and say that they choose to that you chose to be there, like you chose to get raped, because the clothes that you wear in the house where the guns and the because of the clothes that you wear in the house where there's guns and there's dope everywhere. So because she's connecting to these type of people, because in a way it might be the only life that she knows, people are blaming her for maybe being, uneducated, unaware, unexperienced to other things that is the other side, of the fence or whatnot. So it's a lot of like judgment and prejudice a little bit towards situations that we don't really know of. And I think that's part of the message that he's trying to express. He's really trying to talk about, like, y'all can't be judging people that you don't know and you don't really know the whole story. That's just not fair to anybody, right? And then the song takes like a twist where he kind of follows up where the woman kind of ends up, like, I guess hooking up with this guy, or just kind of like starts breaking down, and he goes, like her brain kind of switches, and she's really, I guess, out now to revenge because she's had enough of feeling like degraded and attacked and feeling like she's like the target of all this nonsense. So he goes, she tied around her neck, made a cape. She tied around her neck, made a cape out of sheep, became a superhero when she shot him in his sleep. The truest defender of justice and peace, a smile on her, justice and peace, a smile on her face as she flew through the streets. And I like how he's praising her for taking back, I guess, her power in killing this guy. And I don't think it's like, I don't think he's expressing it as in like there's this one particular guy, but it's the overall concept of this could be a situation where if, men keep treating women like this and men keep doing this, they could possibly lose their shit and really fucking come at us and really do something extreme or chaotic. And that really, really sat with me, and it really made me, and like I said, it really made me think, like, what am I doing? Can I be better? And that's something that I like about this song, is that it really sets you up, at least for I believe, it really sets you up to really think about how we treat each other. Yes, it's directed to women, and it's directed to what I believe is men treating women, and how this particular person is dealing with the situations. But it also kind of really shows on how we should just treat each other and really just kind of try to be open-minded about certain shit and really just try to understand what people are going through before making our judgments and making our slurs and stuff like that in our comments. So I left the song with a 4.2 only because I wasn't really into the beat. I wasn't really into it sonically. It was a nice song, but it's not something that I'm like rushing to go see. But I do like the storytelling of the song. I do like the way Murs twisted it up at the end and gave you that flip. So 4.2. Moving on, we're going to take a little stop at the gas station to get a Gucci belt.
And that's why now I cop the retro kicks and the toys, cause I'm trying to fill the void.
So this was a pretty cool track. The energy of it spikes right back up into this like hype mode, hype beast mode, and really gets you flowing and back with that energy coming off of the last song that was kind of like more deep and really trying to get you to feel a certain way. Now we're back at just kind of like spitting bars and really being on top of our shit. I don't really know what the relevancy of the title is, Gas Station Gucci Belt. I don't get it. Is it a knockoff? Is it something like, is it supposed to represent something? If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. But I enjoyed this. I felt like it was just Murs kind of being real and just really expressing like who he is again, and really coming at you with like just how he's just kind of going about it. So verse one verse will put your eye out. Fuck around and find out. Underground for years is too deep for me to climb out. Climb out tunnels and the catacombs. Running from a battered home. I told my step pops I would kill him if I had the chrome. So I like how he's giving us this insight to his past life. How things kind of weren't really easy at home. His stepfather may have been a little bit of an asshole. And he's coming at you with like really real lyrics that'll put your eye out. So nice little start up to the verse, and I'm still catching on. I'm still going. So he follows up with my cycle was so violent, I was screaming through the silence, spray paint and public poetry, unruly and defiant. Defiant, mean streaking on the metro, no snaps from petrol, my best friend from show lines, the other one was a klepto, joking on my wardrobe, so disrespectful, didn't have it back then, that's why now I copped a retro, kicks into toys cause I'm trying to fill the void of a childhood and the demons that alcohol destroyed. That was really, really cool. I like how he's given us where he's from, who his kind of group of friends is, expressing, why he may have that mentality, or he's kind of like maybe weird in the way that he is and does the things that he do, and you're really getting that like personal side of him, which I really, really enjoy. I like when he goes I cop now the retro kicks in the toys cause I'm trying to fill a void of a childhood that the demons and the alcohol destroyed. I like how he's trying to grasp onto his childhood through these things, knowing that as you grow older, you might find different vices or different ways to escape reality or to deal with demons or to deal with pain and all this stuff. So that was really interesting how he was kind of honest about that and really just trying to get himself back together. That was something I really related to. And then, it kind of just follows through and really just kind of ties up. Now, the chorus itself was okay. It didn't really feel like it didn't really have that much to it. It was just nice. But something that I liked in verse 2 that really kind of stuck out was when he said, you could do it how I do it. You could do it how I do it. You would be who I am. You could ask around the city. I'm the motherfucking man. Not for stunting or no flexing, but they wanted a reflection of Southern California sunset in the essence. I'm a blessing in disguise because my lessons open eyes since back in 95. In 95, I've been repping worldwide West Side. So that was pretty awesome. That was really, really cool how like he's just solidifying that he's really putting himself on the map. He's really putting his city and his block on the map, and that was something I do enjoy. And I like when rappers are really taking the time to just, represent where they come from and really being just that honest. Like, this is my hood, this is my city. You don't come here and act a certain way. Like, let me explain to you what it is and how to be here. So that was nice. Pretty much it wasn't like anything too extravagant or too like super compact. It was about 2-minute 50 song, so it was pretty short, but I did like how he flowed on it. I did like how Murs is going through and really giving us these different sides of him, and he's really trying to show you that he's more than just kind of like one type of box type person. So that was nice. I give it a 4.1. The next song is very interesting. It's called Unicorn Glitter.
Tissue in the middle, so if you can't fit, you should kiss her just a little.
I do not think that I am the best person to be discussing this song. So I'm gonna do it as like comfortable as I can because I don't actually know what Murs is trying to do on this track. What I gather of Unicorn Glitter is that Murs is talking about vaginas. But the standpoint of what he's taking on is kind of interesting. Now, I like how he's expressing that, in a way, pussy is pussy. that it doesn't really matter who you are, because it essentially is all the same. As he says in verse 1, what I'm saying here, people, is I believe all vaginas created equal. Hers ain't better than hers, whether bald, full bush, or a little bit of fur. Thick chick, skinny chick, real pick any chick. Really pick any chick. It don't make a difference unless you got a real skinny dick. Whether virgin or a whore, the tightness all depends on the pelvic floor. Look, multiple partners don't loosen up your grip. That's pure bullshit and a man-made myth. So, that's his words. And I kind of see what he's saying, because I slightly do agree that at the end of the day, I mean, if you're down and she's down, it'll happen, whatever y'all look like. If you guys are attracted and you guys want to fuck, it's gonna happen. So I like how he's trying to make it like nobody's better than anybody. But then he kind of follows through and goes to start talking about, kind of calling out the women who think they're better and thinking they're, and as he quotes, thinks their pussy is pinker. And kind of has, so he goes, some women still think that their pussy's just a little more pink, but as long as it's warm and that shit don't stink, ain't no coochie in the world that can make my dick shrink. So I like how he's having that conversation in regards to there's more to life and more to a relationship, I think, right? That's what he's saying. There's more to life and there's more to a relationship than just because you have pussy. Like, that's it. Like, there's no... I didn't really kind of catch anything else. But he does do a really great job in respecting and admiring the fact that it is amazing. It's the most amazing thing in the world. He goes like, she thought she wasn't a slut because she waited 6 months before she gave me the butt, but so what? Was I supposed to feel special? No, hold on. It's when he goes, it's like, I think but for what it's worth, I think that pussy is the greatest thing on this earth. It's like the 100-carat diamond that's naturally occurring and protected by a hymen. So he does highly admire pussy, and he highly admires vaginas. But I think he is having that conversation of everybody, like every woman has a vagina, so no matter what, there will always be somebody there to help her, or somebody there to, like, I guess fulfill her needs or whatever it is. But in the second verse, he does kind of bring up a good point that I feel, where he goes, now your pussy got way more muscles than that. So don't believe the hype. Your pussy needs dick like a plumber need pipe. If you the type that like to shame sex workers, but giving up the pussy for a movie and a burger, then you the dumbass and you the slut. You can sell your panties for 3 times as much and not even have to fuck. But honestly, you don't even gotta do that for the bucks. Just realize, girl, that your pussy is power. So I feel like he's trying to also make the conversation of valuing who you are, valuing what God gave you, valuing what you got, and again, trying to diminish this ideology of sex work and people who are kind of in this life based on XYZ circumstance, XYZ reason. But it's I'm really trying not to like cross any lines, because I feel like it's a very touchy song, in my opinion. because I just believe women should just, you do what you want, and if you're going to do what you want, you should also respect that there may be consequences or whatnot, but that goes for everybody. If you make a decision, you must be able to live with the repercussions, good or bad. That's just how I kind of live my life. That's just how I feel. But I do like how at one point he goes, it ain't to win a lot of women. I'ma keep it G real. It ain't the size of your pussy, it's the level of your skill. All that twerking on your socials, it look good, but can you do it when you're supposed to? And I like how he's calling that out, because I have encountered in my life many women who, with this type of mentality of just because they have a vagina, they're entitled to certain shit, and that they don't have to do certain shit, or maybe even in the bedroom they don't have to, because it is what it is, and I'm a dude and I'm going to do what I need to do at the end of the day. And I think that even I've dated some women who have that type of mentality where it's just like, well, if I just give you pussy, everything will be fine. And it's like, no, there's more to life than just getting pussy. As much as men love it, and much as I love it, there's more to life, and there's more to being with somebody. There's more to being having a connection, a relationship, building that bond, building that trust, growing together, adapting, all that fun stuff, than just, well, I give you pussy. Yep. And so can the next one, and so can the other one. What really makes you different than so-and-so? As Murs says, there isn't really a difference if you skinny, thick, not, hairy, bald. To men, it's all the same in a way. So that's my take on that. I've been going at this for about an hour. So we're going to wrap up this first part here. But I gave the song a 4 on 5. It's a good song. It's an okay track. But I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit controversial, depending on who's listening to it, depending on who's really open to the idea, depending on, if you're reading the lyrics, because I do feel like some of this could be a little bit, I don't want to say offensive, because I don't think it's like completely offensive the way that he's expressing it. Like he is literally saying truth, but I think that it is a little offensive in the sense of like, depending on who reads this or who listens to this, they might feel a certain way. But I guess that's up for interpretation, right? So I left that track with a 4 on 5. Like I said, I've been doing this for an hour now. We're going to cut this one, and this is part 1 of the Headspace Review, episode 136, The Iliad is Dead and the Odyssey is Over by Murs, Ninth Wonder, and Soul Council. I'm really enjoying the album so far. I really hope you guys are enjoying the review. I do want to say thank you so much to the Patreons, Lindell Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Chris Prado, Ismail Gadamsi, and Jonathan Barnes, as well as Coney Sparks. Thank you so much for helping us with everything we do, following us on Patreon, help supporting us and helping us just keep creating and keep building. Thank you so much. We do have 6 more tracks left, which will be on the next part. So I see you in a bit.